are quieting down, settling down, maintaining a long spine, an open chest with broad collarbones, our shoulders softly down, our head poised and balanced with the crown reaching upwards, but always this sense of grounding, this sense of stability and feeling held by the earth. So however that is for you, you could be sitting cross-legged, you could be in Vajrasana as I am, or you may feel, I really need to lie down. Let's close the eyes and just come into our yoga space. That means the physical space on the mat in a room or outside, and also our environment, our external environment. Then noticing how the body is connecting to the earth, whether you're sitting on a chair, or whether you're on your sit bones, or whether you're on your knees, or whether you're lying down. Just focusing how you are connected to this domain, this earth, this paradigm of form and matter and bones and guts and teeth and blood. How are you connected in your physical form to this earth? Feeling where you touch the earth, the pressure of the bones, the flesh, the weight pressing down, while maintaining a long spine, even if you're lying down, stretching the limbs away, lengthening through the spine, through the top of the head. Bringing your awareness and your focus to how you feel, what's going on inside. So drawing your sensory perception inside, not following sounds and smells and movement, not following that beyond the mat, starting to draw everything inside. So that we quieten down, settle down, prepare ourselves, become ready for the practice. So many people jumping straight into just a physical practice without considering the foundations of yoga. What are the foundational practices? Where is our internal yardstick? Where is our moral benchmark? Where are our ethics, our values, our principles? Where is our habits, our behaviors? Maybe even our addictions, our dysfunctional habits. Opportunity in yoga is to transform and change. Marvelous opportunity to transform and change the whole person from the inside out. But difficult to do that if the foundations aren't solid. So just pondering, what are your foundations? What are the pillars that keep you strong and robust and on the right track in life? Where do you sometimes take a wrong turn, or veer off course, or double back and meet a block end? Nothing wrong with those things, but are you aware of them? Are you equipped for resilience, not just in body but in mind? Thoughts become actions. Just pondering this as you are feeling held by the earth, grounded, stable. Just pondering of what are the benchmarks, not the rules, not the commandments, your own internal yardstick of how you want to show up in your own life. How you can be the person you would choose to have in your life. As Dr. Ananda Bala Yogi Bhavanani says, be the person you would like in your life. So simple, but so profound. So in allowing the system to calm down, settle down, mind to come in, just shift your focus to the breath. And just notice, if you can, if there's a dominant side to your breath. As you sip in the air through both nostrils, is there a dominance in one nostril or the other? It can be quite difficult to do when you're sitting up. Maybe you just get a very fleeting sense of it. Allow the air coming in through the nostrils to tickle your nostrils like a butterfly wing, just so gentle. No grasping or kind of snoring or grunting or this ujjayi noise that lots of people make. Just allowing the air to come in and tickle your nostrils, noticing if there is a dominant side. Maybe there's not. Maybe you can't get a sense of it. That's fine, it's just growing awareness. And you can slowly, with your next inhalation, blink the eyes open and come into your room or into your outside space. So without moving the head and moving the eyes and rolling them up, down or from side to side, just get a sense of what's around you, your peripheral vision, the colors, the shapes, the order, the disorder, whatever is present. Just reaching out with not just your direct vision, but noticing what's around you, being aware of what's around you. And if you become aware of what's around you, moment by moment, you are in your own present moment. It's a very simple practice. It can be just instantaneous. To notice what's around you, and in that moment you are here, you are present, you are in the now. And the yogis were always in the now. It's not just attributed to New Age philosophers and spiritual teachers. Even though, I'm not undermining their good work, everybody needs help where they can find it. But this was the underlying philosophy of yoga, to live in the now, to be present in the moment. It's nothing new. We just forget it, or we attribute it into, different compartments. It is a yoga practice to reside in the now. So just notice what's there now. Good. We're just going to open up the arms with an in-breath and just stretch into the day. Breathing in, open up. Lengthen. You can still be on the floor, you can come into a sitting position, whatever suits you. It's Sunday morning, it's your practice. And back out as though you're pressing the earth, the air away from you. We're going to do that twice more. Breathing in, extend through the very tips of your fingers. The palms can be facing up here. It's about an in count of 6, so you're not rushing. And breathing out. We're working today with the nervous system and brain function. And the nervous system and brain function love slow, mindful movement. Breathing in. And breathing out. All the way out, lengthen through the arms, lengthen through the fingers. Make the action active but smooth. And shake out your hands. And shake out your elbows and shake out your shoulders. Just give yourself a little shake, maybe above the head, maybe to one side. Shaking off any stress and tension that's in the body, any lethargy, any dullness, any residual sleepiness. And come back to the center and bring your hands to your heart. You can be sitting on a chair. It's perfectly fine. I want you to link the fingers together. Breathe in here. And as you breathe out, you're going to press them away. Really press the hands away so the hands are pushing out in front of your shoulders. Just let it stay there for a while. Take a few breaths. Maybe you can fill the back body a little bit. Maybe feel the space between the shoulder blades. Pressing the hands away. Breathe in, reach them up. And really reach up. Lengthen. As though you are a palm tree. Pushing up through the palms of the hands. And bring it back down to center. Close the palms and bring it back to your heart and shake out the fingers. Don't hold tension in your fingers and try and change where you are crossing your fingers. It's a bit kind of sticky to do that. I always find it difficult to find a different slot to put them in, but do your best, okay? Bring it to the heart and press away through the palms. Press away. So you are really lengthening from your shoulder and you can feel a nice stretch between the scapula. A few breaths there. Stretch. We're being slow, but we're going to stretch for quite a long time today. Breathe in, lift it up and really lengthen. You're not holding your breath here, you're breathing. What you can incorporate now is breathe in and lengthen your spine. Breathe out, suck the belly in so that you protect your lower back. You can feel the back stretching here. I can. Really stretch. And now you can ping them open. So breathe in and just ping. Okay? And you can shrug the shoulders forward and back. And we're coming to standing. So you may need a chair to stand in order to help you get up. You might even just pop up onto a kind of squat, okay? This is what you can do if you like to. And just bring yourself up. My knees won't come all the way up when I've been sitting for a long time. They won't just pop me up. I have to use my hands. And shake out your legs. Shake out your legs. Take a sip of water. Now, the brain function and the nervous system, as I said, really enjoys slow, mindful movement. But what also helps to bring the left brain and right brain together is a series of asymmetric and symmetrical movement. So, for instance, if we use the right hand, we're using the left leg or left foot. And this is what we're going to concentrate on today, and then we're going to do things with both arms to bring back into symmetry. Don't ride in this class. It is going to be very accessible. It is going to be very slow and smooth. We will be doing a little bit of balancing as well, and have your chair to hand in case you feel you need that support. But we're not going to be doing sort of advanced balances. They're going to be simple, easy, accessible balances. So let's just get ourselves with the energy moving from the feet right up to the top of the head and back down. So we are going to shake out the hand. So I'm just shaking out one hand, the right hand I'm starting with. And I really keep a limp wrist, okay? Breathe and enjoy, and press the feet into the floor. My feet are about hip distance apart, and I'm really pressing my feet into the floor, and I'm really going for it with my left hand now. I just want to wake up the system. And I'm going to go for both hands, as we did when we were sitting, and see if you can incorporate the elbows, and don't worry about what you look like, who cares, it's not important. The shoulders, maybe you can bring it up, and maybe you can soften the knees now. Soften the knees, soften them. You don't have to really think about them crunching into a bend, they're just softening down. We're bringing it all the way down, all the way down. You can drop the head if you like to, stick the bottom back, all the way around, in the front, in the side, behind you, wave, and bring it up, bring it up, bring it up, breathe in, really tall, and whoosh. Let the arms come down, let the head come down, and you're going to press the feet into the floor, you're going to push the feet into the floor, you're going to breathe in here, and whoosh. Really let all the air go, and then let the arms hang, and let the knees feel nice and soft, the feet are pressing. Breathe in one more time. And let it go. Let it go, let it go, let it go. Breathe in here and come up. And down with the arms. And just shake out the legs, because the legs may have had to work a little bit there. Shake them out. And we need to get into a balanced state, because we're going to move either side of the body, but let's start off in a really nice balanced state. So press the feet down, really press them down, so that you feel your connection, and soften your knees, and hips are over knees, knees are over ankles, belly falls in, lower back feels quite, if you like, extended down, okay, so your tailbone is pointing down, it's not sticking up, so there's no pelvic tilt, so there's nothing, I'm not pressing my bum out, okay, so if you press the feet into the floor, that becomes slightly more achievable to do. If you've got a big deep curve, that's how you're built, it's fine, nothing you can do, and it's perfectly fine. I want us to just bring the right arm up, and the left arm out. So lengthen as high as you can with the right arm, feet are pressing down, and extend as long as you can with the left arm. So you're going in separate directions. And I want you to really actively go in separate directions. And we're going to do this with a held posture, okay? And we're going to do it with 3 breaths. So breathe in, lengthen, and extend, and breathe out, pull the tummy back, lengthen, really lengthen, so your arms are really going in different directions. One's going to the sky, one's going out to the side, and bring the belly back. One more in breath, good, and one more out breath. Last in breath here. Bring the arms out opposite each other and really lengthen. I know it's quite hard work, but lengthen as much as you can, like you're a glider. And then let it go. So in yoga, we are stretching and then releasing. Spanda, nispanda. Okay, so we stretch and relax. So shake it out, and we do the other side. So I'm going to bring my right arm out much as I can without leaning. I'm not leaning. Okay, then my left arm comes up. Remember, this is a therapeutic Sunday morning class, okay? We do things slightly differently, Okay, we're thinking of the therapeutic benefit and the benefit of yoga as an applied therapy. Okay, so it's slightly different. And today it's it's nervous system and brain function. So these kinds of movements, challenging the brain as well as the body. I want you to breathe in here, pointing away and pointing up at the same time, but remaining grounded. And as you breathe out, you're pulling it back. So just 3 natural breaths for you in your own time. Breathing in, lengthen. Lengthen away, away, away. Breathing out, pull it in. One last time here, breathing in. Lengthen, I know it can be quite challenging. And out, pull it in. You can bring the right arm up now, then both arms down. And again, shake it out. You know, some nice shoulder rolls, or even drawing the shoulders up and releasing them, but you'll feel a little bit more room in the back body. We're going to add a little bit more movement to it now. I'm going to just pull this back because my camera doesn't quite see my fingers. We're going to come up onto the toes and bring both arms up, and as we get to the top, we're going to be linking the arms to come up so that the palms face up, okay? And as we get to the top, we're going to push up higher. So we're really getting taller and longer in the side body. We're creating a lot of space here for the ribs and the lungs. So on your feet, first of all, pressing down. Good. Breathing in, link the hands, come up and stretch. Now, as you're up there, I'm breathing because I'm talking, okay? You're going to keep breathing. So breathe in, stretch more. Stretch up more, 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 more. And as you breathe out, you're going to open and come down. Almost like you're floating. Has a wonderful effect on the nervous system and the brain function. Bring it in front. Link the hands and see if you can change the link. It can be sticky to do that, I know. Breathing in, slowly float up, lengthen through the body, smile, keep happy, up as high as you can, so you're taller, you're really reaching up, you're strengthening your feet, you're using your balance. Then breathing out, you're going to control those feet, you're not going to let the feet just flop down. Really float down like a beautiful swan. Yes, wonderful. We're just doing it one more time in that way. Bring the hands forward, press them down, breathe in and rise up. So you're pushing away like we did as we were warming up, okay? You're pushing away, using that, pushing away to give you some space between the shoulder blades. Now up as high as you can. High as you can. Breathe in here, lengthen. Breathe out, pull the tummy back. Pull it back so you feel strong. 2 more breaths. Breathe in, lengthen. Breathe out. Pull it in. 1 more. Breathing in, lengthen. And breathing out. Pull, 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 pull. 1 more in breath, and then we come down. So you might be getting tired, but as you come down, just feel the lightness in the body, the relief. Maybe the relief. And all the way down. Good. And shake out the legs. Shake them out. Shake out the hands. And I'm going to have a little drink of water because I'm bringing some heat into my body now. Okay. This time the arms are going to go in slightly different directions. Okay? So standing nice and tall. We'll come up onto the toes and bring the arms up. For people who are not keen on balancing or can't balance on one leg, these coming up onto the toes are really good preparatory work, and they are really going to give you the benefits of a balance and strengthen the feet. So I'm in, and I'm up on my toes. I breathe out and I drop my right arm. And I lengthen here, I'm still on my toes. I'm still on my toes. I breathe in, I bring the right arm up, and I bring the left arm out. And I'm lengthening again in opposite directions as I'm balancing. Okay? Breathing in, bring the left up, bring the right down. Just concentrate on what you are doing. You don't really need to look at me. You can look on the floor if it helps. Breathe in. And the left. And remember that the toes, the pressure we put on the feet, the toes, really helps our cranial nerves as well. Okay, well, you can feel the energy rushing from the feet right up to the top of the head. Breathe in, left comes up, last round. Down with right. If you're getting tired, pop down, back up. See if you can manage to stay up. Come on, try it. Breathe in, up it comes. Left comes out. Now, lengthen. Last time, in. Lengthen, up, 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 up. You might be 2 foot taller now. Breathing out. Both arms now. All the way down. Really good. I'm going to shake my legs out a bit because that does obviously challenge the strength in my feet. We're holding the whole body up on, well, it's not even the balls of the feet. I was beyond that. I was on my toes mostly. So it's, you know, the anatomical physics of the body being stacked that's keeping us up there and helping us to feel light, even though obviously we're using some strength in our legs. So shaking everything out. We're going to take that into a lateral bend now, okay? And then we're going to do some really nice back and forth work with warrior poses. Again, going slow, doing it in this way, using the breath. So my benchmark breath, because when I'm talking and teaching, it's difficult sometimes for me to maintain the count, but what is automatically in my system for my benchmark breath is a count of 6. So you don't have to emulate what I'm doing or do exactly the same. You can do the breath that suits you. So I'm normally inhaling for 6. There's a slight pause at the top, which is important, and I'm exhaling for 6. So this gives us this smooth, slow movement as opposed to coming up and down really quickly. Okay, and it gets a lot of nice oxygenated blood flushing through our system. We're using the lungs to a fuller capacity, so we're bringing the breath in as a central part of our work. So, some lateral bends. We're going to start off with one arm at a time, and we'll use 2 then. Starting with the feet flat on the floor, I want you to bring your left hand to the hip, or it can be alongside the left thigh. Okay, I'm going to start with my hip. So I'm going to breathe in and lengthen, and I feel quite long now. I feel I have lots of space. I'm going to make sure both feet are pressing into the floor. I'm not hinging on one. And I'm going to breathe out and come across. Now I know I'll come across a little bit further if I bring my arm down. But I'm pressing my feet into the floor. Really pressing them, really lengthening. It doesn't matter if the arm is bent slightly, as long as it's not hanging over. Breathing in, come on up. And breathing out, we settle. We do the other side. Left arm comes up, lengthen. Breathing out, coming right across. And you can stick your left hip out, that's fine. But make sure that both hips are pointing forward. They're not twisting. Hips are pointing forward. It's a lateral bend. So thinking of your armpits coming up to the ceiling. Okay, as opposed to closing it off. Therefore, if you have shoulder issues and you can't reach like this, hold your hand behind your head. This will help you. Breathing in, we come up. I'm going to do a few kind of flowing from side to side. So breathe in, stretch left, on the out breath, breathe in to come up and down. Breathe in left, breathe out to the right, breathe in and come down. 2 more. Breathe in. See if you can go further. See if you can almost come down to your calf and up. and in and out. Oh, nice stretch. I want to stay there a bit, don't know why. And breathe in and out. Lovely. And we're just going to do this little kind of twisting, which is really nice once you've been doing some lateral stretches. So ease up the lower back. Bend the hips if you like to. So we are enjoying our practice. You know, the thing is, if we don't enjoy it, we won't come back. Okay, we need to work a bit, but we don't need to kill ourselves. Okay, so let's stand on the let's stand on the left foot. And let's just raise the right heel. My toes are still connected with the floor. And we're just going to set ourselves up. So think of what is happening to your left leg when you have your right toe pointing to the floor and your knee bent. Is there a tendency to lean into the hip? It can be with people, yeah? Okay, we can, you know, I carried babies on my hips a long time, and I did used to jet my hip out, and I have a little bit of a problem with that right hip where I carried them for many years. So see if you can press the heel into the floor of the right foot. So you're making a connection from the left heel to the left hip, and you can really feel it. So if you let it go again, and you're just kind of, you know, casual, the hip may jut out, okay? So breathing in, pressing the heel down, and making a connection with your left heel to your left hip. Making it strong, bringing the hip in, okay? So you're not just jutting out and holding onto that joint in a way that can be, you know, not good for your joints, okay? So you're pointing your toe, and I just want you to lift up the right knee. Press through the floor. Press through the floor with the left foot. Right knee comes up higher, higher. Press through the floor. Make the connection between the heel and hip. Use the chair if you need to. And bring it down. And shake out that leg, because the leg that is standing is doing a lot of work. Okay, you don't want to get any twinges here and spasm in the buttock or whatever. So shake out the leg. Keep it nice and fluid. And the same thing with the other side. So think about the connection of the heel of the foot with your hip. This is a handy thing to think of even when you're walking upstairs. So you keep some symmetry, and you keep the joints in a position that is really going to help them out, okay? And not put too much pressure on them. So press on the right foot. Notice the heel to hip connection. Pressing down, you'll notice a sturdiness. Feel that the muscles are wrapping around that bone. And then come to the tippy toe of the left. Just notice it. Just notice how hard the right leg is working. You don't need to hyperextend the knee, but the knee cap will lift up a bit once you keep the foot pressing down. Use the strength of the muscles. This is using all of my muscles in my leg, just doing this. So press into the floor. Take a breath and lift up the knee. Now you might want to hold the knee. Breathing out. See if you can bring the belly back more. See if you can press down more. Remember the heel so that you lengthen, so you don't sink and the hip doesn't pop out. Really standing tall, really tall, and then you can release it and shake out the right leg. So your right leg is working quite hard there, your right leg. So we're going to do alternate hands to alternate knees in the balance. Now if you feel you have to hold on, or you have to maybe just, you know, be close to the wall, I understand that. When I'm teaching on the screen, I wobble a lot more because there's so much for me to concentrate on, and I feel, I suppose it's self-induced pressure. I feel the pressure of not wobbling because I'm teaching you. But I might wobble, okay? I'm human, so don't worry about it. So let's come on to the left foot. Let's come onto the left foot, and again, make sure that you are pressing down and making the connection between heel and hip, and bring up the right knee. And just steady yourself. And then maybe you can bring the left hand onto the right knee And maybe you can reach up the right hand. Just really breathing in and out slowly, mindfully, drawing the belly back, pressing through the floor. As you draw the belly back on the exhale, you feel more robust. Lengthen now once you get your confidence. Breathing in, you lengthen. Breathing out, and come back and shake. And shake and shake. Now we're just going to observe. So stand with your feet apart and your arms apart and just close your eyes if you can without, falling over. And just notice. Notice the aliveness, the tingling in the body. How you feel. You can open your eyes, shake your legs if you're feeling a bit stiff. Now when I say how you feel, I mean, it can mean anything. I know it can be a really open question. But what I'm looking for is how you feel on the inside. Okay, how you feel on the inside from the results of the practice, or anything you might notice, anything that comes up for you, any sensations, any tension, any pain. Noticing these things, because quite often we understand proprioception, where our body is in time and space, although a lot of people have struggled with that. I'll say put your hand up in the air, and I'll notice in the class it's not like this. They think their hand is in the air like this, So that's proprioception. I'm looking for interoception, which is how you feel on the inside, what is going on in here when you practice. Okay, so we're going to do the other side. So pressing the right foot down. Just take your time, it doesn't have to be rushed. So what you see when people do tree pose is they stick the hip out, okay, they stick it out. See if you can get into a habit of pressing the foot down so that the heel is directly under the hip, okay? And then breathing in, you can just point the toe, and when you're ready, take up your balance. So give it a few seconds. As you're breathing out, the belly comes back, the knee comes up. And then if it's okay for you, you can just bring your right hand onto the knee, and the left hand comes up. So you're doing lots of different things, the brain's working hard. Stretch up. As you breathe out, pull in the tummy. And gently down. And shake it out. Shake it out. You're doing really well. Hopefully you're enjoying the nice balancing work. And we're going to take that into slightly different postures now. So I would suggest you really give your legs a shake. Maybe you even want to give them a little swing. Just to release any tension that you may have built up, and swing the leg out. Doesn't have to be very high, it can be as high as you like, but we're not going for the can-can. Okay. And come back into a standing position. So I am now going to stand at the short end of my mat with my right foot forward, and I'm going to bring my left foot back. And it's quite wide, yes, quite wide. You don't need to be on what we call a train track. The front foot is pointing forward and the back foot is slightly pointing in. Soften your knees, they don't have to be completely locked out, but I want you to feel the power of your back leg, and the back outside of your left foot. But we're going slowly, it's slightly different to a full active Hatha yoga class, okay? We're going to breathe in here with both arms coming up. And we're going to breathe out and they just come down, okay? Now what I'm going to do next is I'm going to bring my left hand to my left hip. I know you don't see my hand from here, but it's on my left hip. And as I come forward, I'm going to soften my knee into a bend and I'm going to bring my right arm up. So I'm doing this. I'm breathing in Okay, my left hand is on my left hip. So let's try about 6 of those, I think. Pressing the foot into the floor in the front and in the back. The back is your powerhouse for now, okay? You'll feel it a bit maybe in the calf, okay? Adjust your legs to suit what your ability is. I'm going to breathe in and soften my knee. So it's at a 90 degrees angle. I'm still lengthening my back leg. And I'm breathing out, sucking in and drawing back. Breathing in and out. Breathing in and out. Breathing in and out. We'll just do 2 more, okay? Breathing in, I know your back leg is probably telling you something. And out. Bring the breath in and extend. Breathing in. Fingers right up, back leg strong. Breathing out. You suck your belly in and you pop yourself forward. And shake up those legs. Shake them out, particularly the left one may have been working a bit harder, okay? And I'm going to go to the opposite side of my mat and do the left side. Notice the difference between the legs. What feels different? I feel my left leg longer, okay? That's my experience. Left foot forward, right foot back. Make it as long a stance as you feel is comfortable, you know, try it out. Back foot is slightly turned in. Hips are like headlights pointing forward, they're not to the side, they are pointing forward. So my right hand is on my right hip, left foot is pressing into the floor. I'm breathing in and out. Pressing the feet down. So it's about a 6 count. Slow, breathing in and out. Press the back foot in, breathing in, lengthen the back leg and out. And you may be able to bring your feet further apart as you get to the 3rd or 4th, breathing in. Press the back foot down, use it, and out. Just do another 2. Breathing in and out. And 1 more here. Breathing in. Pause. Stretch the back leg. Lengthen through the arm. And out. And come to the front of your mat. And shake it out. Shake it out. It's really quite nice. We'll go a little bit further with it, but we're going to do Parsvottanasana, forward fold first. So I would like you to come to a wide leg stance, but that's comfortable for you, with the feet pointing forward. So they are parallel and they're pointing forward. They are not pointing out, okay? They're pointing forward. And you're pressing into the outside edge of your feet, okay? So if the stance is too wide, you know, you alter it. Do what you need to do. I'm going to go a little bit wider. Make sure that you feel stable, you feel you can get up and down. So I'm going to bring my hands up. And I'm going to come, you know, kind of straight out like I normally would. I'm kind of going to slide down my legs a few times. So I'm just stretching here just to lengthen my side body. And then I'm breathing out, bring my hands down and start to slide them down. If you have to soft bend a knee, that's okay. And I'm just going to slide back up, okay? Breathing in. I'm sliding back up. I'm not bringing my hands above my head this time. Breathing out, pulling my tummy in, just softening into it. Nothing too aggressive. Keep the feet really planted
Breathing in, you slowly, it's almost like uncurling, a little bit more than uncurling, but a bit like that. And I'm going down again, breathing out. Okay, now once I'm there, I can drop my head. If you need to have soft knees, I understand that, but don't bend them, we're just having them soft, okay? Drop the head, and I'm bringing my left hand right in the middle of my mat, in between my two arch of my feet. Maybe your fist has to go there, okay? Maybe the flat of the hand can reach. I'm going to breathe in here and come to the right and twist. I'm not going too mad, I'm not going too far. And I'm going to breathe out and come down. And I'm going to breathe in to the left. If your neck hurts, you can just look down. But see if you can, on the out breath, twist a little and bring it down. This time I'm staying down, drop the head, let the neck have a nice kind of hang there. It was really nice on the neck. Then I'm bringing my left hand, if it will go, to my right ankle. Now you might have to stay in the middle, but see if you can bring it to the right ankle. Make sure the feet are really planted firmly. Breathe in here and open up. Plant the feet firmly, bum is back, weight is slightly forward with the head. And breathing out, come back to the middle. Breathe in, right hand to left ankle. Really nice stretch here, keep the feet pressing. And open, open. And breathing out, bring it back. And maybe you can just press the hands in the middle of your mat, drop your head, so that the head gets the head pulls the neck and the neck gets a really nice stretch, just with the weight of the head. You can turn the heels in slightly here, bend the knees, tracking over the ankles, and come here, opening up the knees a little. I'm going to just bring my elbows to the inside of my knees and just stretch the inner thigh. Maybe you want to go side to side a little, that's up to you. Just opening up the inner thigh a little. Bring the hands into the hip and stretch it up. Great. Okay, bring the legs together. And again, shake it out. And maybe though the forward fold, maybe you feel it a little bit in your lower back. We're just going to rotate the pelvis in one way, like you're doing hula hoop, which I've seen people do with weights now, which is amazing. I just worry about the bruising. Then do it the other way and just loosen all that up. That's good. And now we're going to just come into, again, a warrior one, warrior one that we did earlier on. So coming with the right foot forward and the left foot back. And you don't have to make it too far away, you don't have to make the stance too long. It's long in this instance. So we're going to just play a little bit here with balance, okay? You can have a chair if you feel you need it, but we're not going to come up into a full balance, so see how you go with it. We're just going to transfer the weight as we bend the front knee, that we come into our tippy toe at the back. And maybe you want to bring the hands out. Maybe you want to lift the, I'm going to have to hold here because I'm hiccuping. You want to hold the leg up and put it down. But what you could do, and I'll show you another thing. Let's move away from that. I'll show you another way to do it. So standing back, pressing the feet down, hips are pointing forward. Breathe in. Come onto the front knee, the front foot with your weight. So the toe is just peeling off. And then you can just come like this. Don't stay long, keep breathing. Maybe you're like this. Because coming up with the goddess hands is quite challenging. And then back down. Okay, so we're just going to do that a couple of times, just gently. Not about getting the foot up really high, okay? We're not worrying about that today. We're just helping our nervous system and our brain function. So breathing in, press into the front foot. You're bending the knee,
toe is still on the floor. It could stay on the floor. You could stay on the floor. Or it could lift up a little or a lot and back down. And we're just doing it one time after another. Okay, this time you can hold if you like. Breathing in. Come here. Get the foot really nice into the floor. Back toe can stay where it is. Or you can lift it up. You can bring your hands to your heart. You can bring your hands out. Up to you. You're working with your nervous system. Don't worry about the body for a moment. And come down. Okay, and shake it out. So feel like you are gliding through the air. Bring the lightness, even when there's an effort in the body, because in yoga, yes, the body gets toned and conditioned and strengthened and flexible and all of those nice things, because that's a really good thing, but we are shifting energy, okay? So when you consider that you're working with your energetic body, not just your physical body, things can become lighter. You don't have to worry about them. You're not in a competition to do the best balance or headstand or handstand. So we can try the other side. Take a drink. You're working with your energetic body, and that is what is going to make you feel so well. Okay, so well. So this time, what did I step back with last time? I stepped back, oh yes I did. So this time it's the left leg. So the left leg is more tricky for me because of my knee. So I take it easy. I make sure that my knee is able to take the balance, and if it's not, I don't balance because I have different days with my leg, okay? You may well have something else going on for you. So right leg comes back. I'm still taking up warrior one posture, so my right leg is pressing down and it's turning in slightly. And I'm just going to softly, I always tell my knee to melt or release. I don't tell it to bend because then it hurts more. So I speak nicely to it. So I'm just going to soften my left knee, come up onto my toe. I might lift a little, and then I come back. And I drop my legs, I might drop my foot, and my arms. And my leg can straighten up in the front if that feels good. Breathing in, I soften in the front, I raise my arms. I might take my weight, might drop down a bit quicker, and then come forward. And then breathing in to come up and back. So it will feel different maybe every time you do it, and sometimes I feel it can be easier just to get into a more challenging balance and hold it. The transition can be quite difficult because we're trying to do it smoothly. So we can do it one more time, breathing in. And just, however you like, you can just lift the leg. Don't worry about flexing, pointing. Don't worry about anything. And bend the knee, bring it back down. And come to the front. And shake it out. Shake it out. Don't worry about perfection. I don't think perfection exists anyway, but it certainly doesn't exist in yoga practice. We're not here to look picture perfect. We are here to raise the energy up. I had somebody tell me a really nice analogy the other day. I think it was in one of my lectures. Like a tree or a plant. Oh, it's not always perfect, Sometimes it may not have enough food, enough light, enough water. Things may look a bit brown. This one's actually looking quite nice at the minute, so it's not a brilliant example. But how always the energy is going up. The energy is always going up, unless it completely is neglected and then it does die. But I thought it was a really nice way to look at things. That it's not perfect, but it's always trying its best, and it's always moving towards the heavens, which I think is a really nice thing. So we're going to come to the floor.
So come to the floor in whichever way you feel is good for you. I'm actually going to take a Madhurasana, so you can join me if you like. I feel I want to stretch my back. So I'm going to breathe in here. Stretch. Might even do a little back bend, not too much. Don't feel like it today. And I'm going to come all the way down. And I'm going to just walk my hands forward with the fingers pointing forward. The thumbs can sort of face each other a little, but not too much. And I'm just going to stretch because that seems to be what I need to do for my back. A few breaths there. Maybe the heels get to the floor, maybe the bottom gets to the ceiling, maybe it doesn't. But whatever you're doing, you are conscious and breathing and just enjoying your yoga practice. And you can come up onto your tippy toes and come onto the knees. And please lie down. So we're going to do a pranayama lying down. So you can lie on your back, please. You can have your knees over a bolster or your knees up on the chair. It's your practice, so suit yourself. And I think it's so nice to start Sunday in this easy, sharing is caring, just doing a nice thing. For those people who want it, all I can do is show up and share. Okay, so lying down, let the bones feel heavy, let the flesh feel soft. Maybe keep the heels together so that the body doesn't go into a sleep, but is in a shavasana, an alert relaxation. Arms can be alongside the body. Head nice and central. Eyes can be closed. No need to open the eyes unless you want to. And allow the body to rest. I invite you to just notice how you feel on the inside. Where is the breath? Where is your awareness? What are the sensations? How is the mind? The asymmetric and then the symmetric movements bring a kind of aliveness to the brain. Left is meeting right, right is meeting left. Right is going one direction, left is going the other. Then they're coming back together in balance, which is a really good analogy for yoga as well. You need to come back to the middle. The moderate path, the middle path, the path of balance. So we're going to do 9 rounds of Savitri Pranayama, which means you breathe in for a certain count and then pause for half of that count. We're going to do 6-3, 6-3. So we're going to breathe in for 6, pause for 3. We're going to breathe out for 6 and pause out for 3. I use the word pause, not hold, because the word hold has an effect on the sympathetic nervous system and we can be stressed by what we think is holding the breath. So we pause. We just extend the natural pause, which is a retention after the inhale. And we're going to extend the natural pause at the bottom of the exhale, which is the suspension. Okay, let's breathe out together. You can keep your eyes closed. You are still in Shavasana. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Pause, 2, 3.
out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Pause out, 2, 3. Breathe in. Pause. Breathe out. Pause. Breathe in. Pause. Breathe out. Pause. In. Pause. Out. Pause. In. Pause. Out. Pause out. Breathe in. Pause. Out. Pause out. In. Lower, mid, upper. Pause. Out. Pause out. In. Pause. Out. Pause. Last round. In. Pause. Out. Pause. Let go of your practice, return to your normal breathing for a minute or two of further Shavasana. Please, with your next inhalation, draw your knees to your chest. Give yourself a little hug, a little squeeze. Maybe a little rocking back and forth, or knees going in a circle to ease your back. And turn over into either side, into your fetal position for just a few moments. And come to sit. You can keep your eyes closed, keep the energy calm and quiet. We're just going to end with a chant, Jai Bhagavan. just to bless our practice, to acknowledge the privilege of practicing this ancient practice of yoga, and to thank the Gurus for sharing the practice. Join your hands together, you can close your eyes. I'm just going to chant 3 times. Jai Bhagavan, thy will be done. Jai Bhagavan. Jai Bhagavan, 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 Jai Bhagavan. Bow your head to your fingers. Be grateful for where you are in your practice and for where you are in your life. And may you grow and glow in yoga. Namaste.